You're welcome to this lecture. In today's lecture, we'll be talking about breast cancer. And in this lecture, we'll be following this plan. We'll be looking at the basic anatomy of the breast, the various types of breast cancer, the risk factors, and how we can prevent breast cancer. Before we begin this lecture, I would like you to subscribe to my channel if today is the first time you are clicking on my channel, and be a part of this growing family. Now to the basic anatomy of the breast. We can see from the diagram here the mammary gland or lobule, which is the one drawn in green. Now the gland secretes the milk or the breast milk, which passes through the lactiferous duct to the nipple. Back of the breast is the pectoral muscle. Now the chunk or the majority of the breast tissue is made up of the stroma, and inside the stroma are blood vessels, that is arteries and veins, and lymphatic system. Now let's look at the various types of breast cancer. In general, we have two types, which are benign and malign. Now as for the benign ones, they are not much of a problem, so we will not focus on them much. We focus more on the malign one, because they are most at times responsible for the breast cancer that is leading to death. Now, when I was describing the basic anatomy of the breast, I talked about duct. That is the lactiferous duct. So we have invasive ductal carcinoma. That means it starts from the duct. That transfers the milk from the gland to the nipple. It starts from the lactiferous duct. And we have the invasive lobular carcinoma. That means it starts from the gland itself. The gland itself. Now let's come to the risk factors. Now what is a risk factor? It is any situation that increases or decreases one's chance of getting a disease. For example, cancer. So any situation that increases or decreases one's chance of getting cancer is a risk factor. So the number one is gender. Now the fact that you are a woman is a risk factor, because most of the time it's the women that get it. In rare cases, it can happen to men too, but very, very rare cases. Number two, aging. Research has shown that women who are growing in age or are advancing in age usually get breast cancer, because the system of reparation of the DNA becomes weak. Genetic factors such as mutation of BRCA1 and BRCA2. Now this BRCA1 is responsible for repairing DNA, and BRCA2 is responsible for providing instructions for making a protein that is a tumor suppressor. So that means any changes or mutation in these two, BRCA1 and BRCA2, will lead one to get breast cancer. Number four, family history of breast cancer and personal history. That is, when your mother is affected with breast cancer, you also have a very high risk of getting the breast cancer. Or even you personally, in case you were treated for breast cancer in the past, there's also another risk of you getting another cancer again. Now, previous chest irradiation, maybe in your childhood you were irradiated with maybe X-ray, MRI. Risk factor number 6, not breastfeeding. Number 7, overweight and obesity. 8, alcohol use. Now let's look at how we can prevent breast cancer. Now, there is something I want you to know. There's no way we can prevent breast cancer because the exact cause is not known. But these are just risk factors. These are the factors that predisposes one to getting it. But these are just ways in case you suspect that you might have breast cancer, you do. Or the things you do in order to eliminate the risk of getting it. For example, in case you suspect that you have mutation of BRCA1 and BRCA2, you can go for double mastectomy. This one was done by Angelina Jolie, which was also known as the Angelina Jolie effect. So maybe you can also do that. Maintain a healthy weight and be physically active. And as I said, all this doesn't mean that you are free from cancer, but just that you've eliminated the risk. So it's not 100% that after doing all of this, you'll be free from cancer. That is why you have to do breast screening if we are from the age of 45 to 54 years. Now, what happens in the breast screening? The breast screening can be done by mammogram or MRI. And even you yourself, you can do physical breast examination, where you look at your breast while you are in your bedroom or wherever you'll be, and be examining your breast to see if there are nodules inside. Or you can visit a health professional for that. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. In case you have not been able to subscribe, please do subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. This is the Possibility Health Center.